The Houston I know does not discriminate, treats everyone equally.
In her State of the City address earlier this week, Mayor Annise Parker announced a new ordinance to stop discrimination in Houston. It would prohibit discrimination of any kind, including by race and sexual orientation. Parker says she will present the proposal at the end of the month. It may mean a change in how businesses operate in the city of Houston. Political consultant Dallas Jones joins us to explain what this is all about. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me. And
describe what would be inside a Human Rights Ordinance.
Well, essentially what the mayor has laid out and what was really an incredible speech this week is an ordinance that would essentially codify what many of our members of our business community already do, which pretty much says discrimination of any kind in public places, city accommodations, any type of discrimination in our city can result in businesses being taken before municipal court.
So we're talking about city employment, contracting, as you mentioned, housing and public spaces, and then explain how this would all be reviewed, by the city's inspector?
So essentially, although the language of the ordinance has not come out,
yes.
What we understand is that the city's inspector general will be the one to investigate these complaints. Those complaints would then go before a 7-member Human Rights Commission that will be established here in the city. That commission will then be the one to enforce any type of penalties or fines, which would essentially have one having to go into municipal court.
And there are those out there who will say, you know what, this is basic human decency. Why are we trying to regulate it? Why do we need more stuff on the books, more stuff for the city to do?
Well, I hail Mayor Parker for doing this. It's the right thing to do, in my opinion, because the reality of it is it happens. And so, we have federal laws, we have state laws, but it gives the city a mechanism to enforce these types of things, here in Houston. And I think the mayor said it best in her speech, which is that we want to be known as a city of tolerance, a city of inclusion. That's what Houston represents. And so it's important to make sure that the city has that way of making sure that everyone is treated equally.
So in addition to, if this perhaps passes and comes to be, businesses educating themselves on the ordinance, perhaps the need to educate their employees about discrimination.
Absolutely, and I think the onus will definitely be on the city to make sure that folks understand what the penalties are and what this new law represents. And so the business owners are going to have to seriously make sure that there are not any violations by their employees and be accountable for what's happening in their businesses.
Dallas Jones, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
And we have posted information about the Mayor's Human Rights Ordinance on our website at abc13.com.